How do, folkies? Um, Welcome to my YouTube channel. Um, if you've hit a bit of a midlife crisis or you feel that your spark's gone a bit kind of fuzzy, then this is the channel for you. Nifty After 50 with Seany B. So the channel's all about getting nifty after 50, as the name suggests. Um, about feeling better, moving freer, laughing louder, and getting older into getting bolder. Um, and it all starts with 7 little legends that I like to call my spindles of nifty living. And I kind of think of these like spokes on a wheel. If all the spokes are working and function and integrate as they should, then the wheel will spin and will roll um, as we move through life. So in terms of what the spindles are, we have spindle number 1, which is mind. It's about sorting out your brain fog and sharpening your focus and understanding how we create life in or our experience of life, if you like. So we'll explore some of those things and how can we use our mind in that sense. The second spindle is breath work. So that's your breath basically is like remote control for your body. It taps in with your nervous system, and we'll look at if you want to shift gears and you want to lower stress and want to feel more you, then we can look at breathing with intention and the role that plays. The third one is movement, because we mean to move. And movement is medicine. Movement is medicine for ourselves. I'm not talking about gym torture and high intensity workout and that kind of thing. I'm talking about just real joyful, playful movement. Dancing, crawling about if that's your thing, rolling around on the floor if that's your thing. So we're going to dance, we're going to stretch, we're going to squat, we're going to shake. If it makes you grin, if it makes you smile, then you're doing it right, because we should be energizing ourselves, not draining ourselves, how we move. The fourth one is nutrition. So food is fuel, but it's information for the cells. So if we're giving it the right information, we're going to operate properly. And if we're less inflamed, which is often what we do, or introduce inflammation to our bodies through food, if we're eating the right stuff and we're less inflamed, then we're going to be more nifty. So it's the importance of things like omega-3, vitamin K2 and D3 and so on, and protein, especially as we become after 50. The role of protein is key, really, in terms of maintaining our niftiness. The fifth spindle is spirit or energy. I'm not talking about chakras and crystals and that kind of thing, although that is important, I guess, or for some people. I'm talking more about kind of life force, spirit, and energy. We are energetic creatures, so it's about your inner fire, your purpose, your joy of living. That's what I'm looking to rekindle and capture, allow you to feel on a more regular basis. We'll have a look at lifestyle habits. So what you do in your daily life, so things like your sleep patterns, amount of daylight that we get in sunlight, sort of when and how we eat and move and so on, the role it plays. So what are we doing that's allowing us to make the most out of life in that sense? And then the seventh spindle is place in the environment. And what I mean by that is kind of, your vibe comes from your tribe, where we are in our nature, our space. So where you operate, where you spend most of your life, what's it like, and what are we doing with our places in the environment? You know, we might think we're making them smell nice and what have you, but actually, is that having a negative effect on our niftiness? I wonder. So what's going to happen is over the next couple of videos, I'm going to take you through each of those 7 spindles in a little bit more detail, just to give you an idea of my thinking around them. There'll be kind of tips and various tunes and stuff throughout the channel. I'll have kind of like movement Mondays and waxing lyrical Wednesdays, that kind of thing. So keep your eye out for those. If it sounds like a journey that you'd be interested in sharing and coming on, then subscribe, like the videos that you like, comment. I'd love to hear if you're interested in this kind of stuff. If you stick one of those dancer emojis in the comments, if you're feeling nifty and you're interested in getting spinning, then let's go. And thanks for checking out my channel. See you later. Ta-da.